Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Divedi, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions on a daily basis to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following sentences about the census. Every census in independent India from 1951 to 2011 has published data not only on scheduled castes and scheduled tribes but also other castes. In 1941, caste-based census data was collected but not published. The Mandal Commission estimated the OBC population at 52%, so we have to select the correct statement. If we talk about census, yes, every census in independent India from the year 1951 to 2011 has collected census data on scheduled caste and tribes, but not on other castes. So the first statement is incorrect. The second statement is correct. In 1941, caste-based data was collected but not published. And the third statement is also correct, that the Mandal Commission estimated the OBC population to be 52%. The correct answer to this question should be option C, 2 and 3 only, right? Recently, the Government of India has decided as a matter of policy not to enumerate caste-wise population other than SCs and STs in the census. Every census in independent India from 1951 to 2011 has published data on scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, but not on other castes. Before that, every census until 1931 had data on caste. However, 1941 caste-based data was collected but not published. In the absence of such a census, there is no proper estimate for the population of OBCs. Various groups within the OBCs and others, the Mandal Commission estimated that the OBC population is at 52%. Some other estimates have been based on National Sample Survey data. So what is the actual need for collecting caste-based census? The government will know the magnitude of the population and accordingly it will formulate the policies, and the targeted beneficiaries will be, of course, be benefited with more precision. So that is the need of it. Moving on to the next question, which of the following has become India's first city to provide quality drinking tap water? So it's option D, Puri. Let's move on to the explanation. Recently, the Odisha government has declared Puri the first city in the country to have city-wide safe drinking tap water on a 24-hour basis. The Odisha state government scheme comes in the backdrop of 41.14% rural households provided with tap water connection since the Maa Ke Jal Jeevan mission, which was launched in 2019 by the Union government. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding dissolved oxygen. The presence of organic waste in water increases the dissolved oxygen content of water. The quality of water increases with an increase in dissolved oxygen levels, and oxygen levels depend on whether water is flowing or not. We have to select the correct statement. If there will be a presence of a lot of organic waste, it will decrease the dissolved oxygen and not increase. So the first statement is incorrect. While the rest of the two statements are correct, that the quality of water increases with the level of dissolved oxygen, the third statement is also correct. Okay, so the correct answer would be option C, 2 and 3 only. Levels of fecal coliform, that are microbes from human and animal excreta, is above desirable limits in all points tested in Yamuna in Delhi. If we talk about dissolved oxygen, it measures how much oxygen is dissolved in the water, the amount of oxygen available to the living aquatic organisms, and the presence of organic waste in water decreases the dissolved oxygen content of the water. The quality of water increases with the increase in DO levels, and oxygen levels depend on whether the water is flowing or not, whether there are rocks or other obstacles for water to flow over, how many plants are growing in the water, and the temperature of the water as well. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following countries: Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Algeria. We have to select the neighboring countries of Tunisia. So if we talk about the neighboring countries of Tunisia, in the above given countries, Libya is there and Algeria is there. Okay, so the correct answer would be option C, 2 and 4 only. Recently, Tunisia faced its worst crises in a decade of democracy after the PM ousted the government and froze parliament with the help of the army in a move denounced as a coup by the main parties, including the Islamists. Tunisia is bounded by Algeria to the west and southwest, Libya to the southeast, and the Mediterranean Sea to the east and north. As you can see, in this map? Where is Tunisia? Tunisia bordered by Algeria and Libya only and Mediterranean Sea. Okay, let's move on and talk about our next question, which says, consider the following statements regarding agarwood. Agarwood is an evergreen tree found in southern India. It has been listed as critically endangered flora by the IUCN. We have to select the correct statement. Agarwood is a tree, evergreen tree found in northeast India and not southern India. So the first statement is incorrect. The second is correct, that it has been listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. The second being correct, the first being incorrect. The correct answer would be option B, 2 only. Recently, the Tripura government released Tripura Agarwood Policy 2021 to make its agarwood industry a rupees 20 billion industry in the next 5 years. Agarwood is an evergreen tree found in northeastern India and it has been listed as critically endangered flora by IUCN. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific. India is not a member of this commission. It is headquartered in Bangkok, Thailand, and it was established in 1991. We have to select the correct statement. If we talk about United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific, it was established in the year 1947 and not 1991. So the third statement is incorrect. And India is also a member. How can India be forgotten at such an important regional grouping? So the first statement is also incorrect. The second is correct, that it is headquartered in Bangkok, Thailand. So the correct answer would be option B, 2 only. Recently, India has scored 90.32% in UNESCAP Global Survey on Digital and Sustainable Trade Facilitation. UNESCAP is a regional developmental arm of the United Nations for the Asia Pacific region, and it has 53 member states and 9 associate members from Asia Pacific region. India is also a member. It is headquartered in Bangkok, Thailand, and established in 1947. Consider the following statements. Monkeypox is a viral zoonotic disease. Monkeypox was first reported in Democratic Republic of Congo and no human-to-human transmission is detected. We have to select the correct statement. Yes, monkeypox is a viral zoonotic disease. That means it escapes the boundary of one species to another. Okay, so first statement is correct. The second is also correct, that it was first reported in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And human-to-human transmission is also there. So the third statement is not correct. The first and the second being correct, the correct answer would be option B, 1 and 2 only. Monkeypox is a viral zoonotic disease caused by a virus transmitted from animals to humans. Monkeypox was first reported in 1958 in monkeys in DRC and humans in 1970. Also in the same country, human-to-human transmission can result from the close contact with infected respiratory tract secretions, skin lesions of an infected person or objective recently, or objects basically, contaminated by patient's fluids or lesion material. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding NSO, National Statistical Office. It is the central statistical agency of the government mandated under the Statistical Services Act 1980, under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. It is responsible for the development of arrangements for providing statistical information services to meet the needs of the government only. We have to select the correct statement. The first statement is definitely correct, that it's withdrawing its powers from the Statistical Services Act 1980 under MOSPI. The first statement is definitely correct. The second is incorrect because wherever we see the word only, it is a red flag. For other users also, it is available, the data. So the correct answer would be option A, 1 only. It is, if we talk about NSO, we have discussed the first statement. So we should move on to the next. It is responsible for the development of arrangements for providing statistical information services to meet the needs of the government and other users for information on which to base policy planning and monitoring and management decisions. Moving on, consider the following statements. A pre-pack is an agreement for the resolution of the debt of a distressed company through an arrangement between secured creditors and investors through a public bidding process. The government had constituted a subcommittee of the Insolvency Law Committee in June 2020 under the chairmanship of Dr. M.S. Sahu, Chairperson, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, to make recommendations on pre-pack insolvency resolution process. So we have to select the incorrect statement. The first statement is actually incorrect because yes, it's an agreement for the resolution of the debt of a distressed company through an agreement between the creditors and investors instead of a public bidding process. Here it is written through, but it doesn't use this process. So the first statement is incorrect. The second is correct. So the correct answer would be, we had to choose the incorrect one. The correct answer would be option A, one only, right? Recently, the Finance Minister of India introduced the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2021 and LS, and we have discussed this second statement also. So we have to move on to the next. The system of insolvency proceedings has become an increasingly popular mechanism for insolvency resolution in the UK and Europe over the past decade. The government had constituted a subcommittee of the Insolvency Law Committee in June 2020 under the chairmanship of Dr. M.S. Sahu, chairperson IBBI, to make recommendation on pre-PAC insolvency resolution process. Moving on to the next question, consider the following statements regarding Exercise Cutlass Express 2021. The 2021 edition involves the participation of 12 East African countries, India, UK, US, and various other international organizations. This maritime exercise is held biannually, and it is conducted to promote regional and national maritime security in Western Indian Ocean and East Africa. And INS Talwar is participating, and this exercise is being conducted along the eastern coast of Africa. So the first statement is correct. We have to choose the correct statement. The first statement is correct, that it is witnessing the participation of 12 East African countries and India, UK, and US, and various other organizations as well. Second is incorrect. Why? A very minor thing. This maritime exercise is held annually and not biannually. So be careful about such things. And it is conducted to promote regional and national maritime security in the Western Indian Ocean and East Africa. The third statement is also correct, that INS Talwar is participating and this exercise is being conducted along the eastern coast of Africa. So only the first and third being correct. The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. In the Maritime Exercise Cutlass Express 2021, INS Talwar is participating. This naval exercise is being conducted from 26 July 2021 to 6th of August 2021 along the eastern coast of Africa. This maritime exercise is held annually, and it is conducted to promote regional and national maritime security in the Western Indian Ocean and East Africa. The 2021 edition involves the participation of 12 East African countries, India as a trainer, UK, US, and various other international organizations such as United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and then International Maritime Organization, European Union Naval Force, Interpol, EUCAP, Somalia, Critical Maritime Routes, Indian Ocean. Moving on, consider the following statements. Garib Nawaz Skill Development Centers will be established in 100 districts of the country, effectively ensuring employment-oriented skills, development of youth belonging to minority communities. And this center of the Ministry of Minority Affairs will also offer a certificate course in GST, accounting, programming, and other related subjects. So we have to select the correct statement. Both the statements being correct. The correct answer to this question would be option C, both 1 and 2. The Union Minister of Minority Affairs inaugurated the first Garib Nawaz Skill Development Center at Vijayanagar Colony in Hyderabad. Garib Nawaz Skill Development Centers will be established in 100 districts of the country, effectively ensuring employment-oriented skill development of youth belonging to minority communities. And besides providing various job-oriented skill development courses, Garib Nawaz Skill Development Centers of the Ministry of Minority Affairs also offer certificate courses in GST, accounting, programming, and other related subjects. Moving on to the practice question. Consider the following statements. The forest area is the area occupied by forests with canopy. Lakshadweep has 0% forest area. Madhya Pradesh has the highest forest cover in India. We have to select the correct statement. So, I hope you'll be answering it correctly in the comment segment. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.